Hi, so in this problem, we are told that the point 2 comma 5 is the center of a circle, and we're told that the point 6 comma 4 lies on the circle. Then we're asked to find the radius. So what is the radius of the circle? So this problem is really meant to kind of test your understanding of what is really being asked. So and being able to parse through some information to kind of get at the overall concept that we're talking about, right? So a good way to approach this, a really good way is to think about this in terms of like a graph, like a picture, if you will. And that's usually a good way of approaching a lot of problems. So let us just imagine here that we have this circle that they're talking about, right? And the center of that circle is there. And this is that point 2 comma 5 that they told us. Now we're told that this point 6 comma 4 is on the circle, right? So if this is 2, 5, we can say that 6 comma 4 is going to be somewhere this direction, right? Because it's 6, so it's going to be to the right, and 4, so it's going to be below. So it's going to be somewhere maybe around here, right? The point 6 comma 4. And this makes sense again because, you know, this is 2, 5. If we're here at 2 and we want to go to 6, we would go this direction for 6. And since we're at 5 at this point, and we would go to 4, 4 is less, so we go down. So it makes sense that it's somewhere down here. We're told it's on the circle, so we can just put it right somewhere around there. It doesn't matter if it's exact. Right, so the thing about circles, you'd have to understand the definition, if you will, of a circle. Which essentially is all of the points that are equidistant from the center. So we're given the center. So every point on the circle that you can think of, this point here and here and here, are all the same distance from the center. And in fact, if you were to draw a line from the center to any one of those points, that distance is going to be the radius, which is half that diameter here. So that's the radius there, that's the radius there, and it's the same going all the way around. So from that logic, from the center here to this point, which is on the circle, is also the radius. So when this is asking what is the radius of the circle, really what it's asking is what is the distance, I'm going to write this here, what is the distance, I'll do a shorthand, from this point 2 comma 5 to the point 6 comma 4. So that's really what it's asking here. So in this case here, the best way to think about this, right? Because we have a straight line going down here on a circle, we can think about this as a grid and actually create ourselves a little triangle here, which is this distance here over that distance there. So if I were to take this triangle out of the circle, now we have this triangle here, and we have it's a right triangle. There's that point there, 2, 5, that we said was the center of the circle, and then this is the point 6 comma 4. Now, of course, if you may know some different methods of finding the distance between 2 points, which you can think about separate from the circle if you want to. You can think about it as just like a grid, or like a Cartesian plane, and thinking about the distance between 2 points. But with circles, triangles just fit really nicely, so I'm just going to use this as a method to go forward. So here we have these sides here, and we notice that this here is just the difference here in y coordinates between the 2 points, because it's just the vertical difference. And this here is the difference between the x coordinates, which is that horizontal difference. So here, let's do this side first. The difference between the y coordinates 5 and 4 is 1. And the difference between the x coordinates 2 and 6 is 4. So this here gives us 2 sides of a triangle. You know where this is going next. This is going to Pythagorean's theorem here. And C in this case of course, is our hypotenuse, which is also the radius of that circle. So plugging in the values here as necessary for A and B, we can find our radius here, which is what we've been asking for. Thanks and good luck.